Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Richmond Raceway for the 9th race of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series Season 3. It's time for heat race number 1. On the front row is Skyke Commons and Eli Bright. Row 2, Ryan Brommer and Hunter Braxton. Row 3, Andrew Rich and Bobo Jones. Row 4 is Casey Nanako and Frodemar Otts. And in row 5 we have Martin Wild and Quinton Moore. Going through the rest of the lineup, row 6 is Benjamin Ice and Adam Flickinger. Row 7, Jonathan Zorlin and Marty Johnson. Row 8 is Brian Tremblay and Donovan Cage. Row 9, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Joshua Sekuli. Row 10, Jesse Turner and Cole Deaver. Row 11, Slade Jagger and Peter Onjak. And in row 12, Baco Magora and Sane Beckett. Fitzwater got his best finish of the season last week at Martinsville with a top 5 run. Chevrolet won once again in the form of Dale Lightning. And Chevy's Heat 1 winning streak continued. Will it continue today, or will it change?
Drivers, start your engines!
We had a lot of mechanical failures in Heat 1 at Martinsville. So we'll see if that transitions here today at Richmond. 20 laps of action. Essentially takes them the same amount of time to get around this 3/4 mile track as it did the half-mile Martinsville. So we should see this race, these heat races, progress a little quicker, and at the same time Richmond will only be an 80-lap event. So hopefully a shorter race as well, time-wise. They are 3 wide in the back of the field. In that 3 wide was Marty Johnson. Second to last short track race as we travel up the East Coast. They're still 3 wide in front with Cage, Turner, and Flickinger. Johnson missed out on Martinsville due to a mechanical problem. Will that happen today in Richmond? As this team, GMS Racing, continues to struggle here in Season 3. Cole Deaver currently outside the top 20. Joshua Sekuli as well. So we look at the standings and races made. Sekuli has missed 1 race already. As for Deaver, he has made every race so far. So could Deaver miss his first start of the year? Sane Beckett up to 19th, still trying to make that second start on the season. He's got a bumper full of Onjak. He makes his way up the field on the bottom line. Jagger holding up Quinton Moore. That's going to help Onjak, who was 20th at the line. Deaver sits 21st. There's Sekuli 23rd. Now if these drivers all make it by the 13, that would put Deaver in 19th. And Quinton Moore will move to the inside of Jagger before Sekuli can get up here. So Moore will sit in the Hotbird seat in 20th as Onjak moves to the inside of Beckett. And that could be what saves Sekuli for the time being. So we'll head back to the front of the field, see what they're up to. Skyke Commons in a strong hold of the lead. We saw Enzo Nereza doing very well at Martinsville. It looked like he had the race in the bag, but he couldn't get by Jackson King without turning him, and in the process of turning King, he got a ton of right side damage and some kind of mechanical damage that hindered his performance, and he ended up finishing in 7th place. First top 10 on the season nonetheless for Nereza, but could have been Toyota's first win of the year. So far looking very strong here at Richmond. It looks like Joe Gibbs has really come around as we've made it more north in the East Coast track. Brommer sits in 2nd. Nanako is 3rd, Jones 4th, and Braxton is 5th. Uncertain if we'll see pit stops here in the heat. It doesn't appear to be a lot of tire wear. Brommer closing on the bumper of Commons. Could Ryan Brommer get his 2nd heat win? It's been a bit of a trend lately. Braxton has 2 heat wins. Rich has 2 heat wins. In the Heat 2 world, it's been 2 drivers the past 4 races. First, Oskin went back-to-back at Nashville and Memphis, and now Gardner has gone back-to-back at Bristol and Martinsville. At the same time, Ford has won 4 straight poles via the coin flip. So Heat 2 could be interesting, but right now, Sky Commons looks to be the first Toyota on a front row this season. He's pulled back away from Brommer, and there really has been no tire wear. 14 laps through this race. Not sure if they'll have to pit at all. Jagger down to 24th, Magora 23rd, Sekuli 22nd, and Beckett just fell to 21st as Donovan Cage moves into 20th. Benjamin Ice at the back of the field in 19th. So battle raging on here at the back of the field. Sekuli trying not to miss another race. As we hit 5 to go that time by, Sekuli just ran his fastest lap of the race. And he's all the way the heck back here. Still trailing in 22nd place. Back to Commons coming off of turn 4. He's got a bumper full of Brommer yet again. 3 to go. And just like with Cavanero at Martinsville, it looks like Toyota will surrender the heat lead late in the race. As Ryan Brommer will pass Sky Commons for the lead. Coming to 2 to go. And yet again, Toyota shows strength, but unable to hold on. Oh, he's coming back though. He isn't given up yet. It looks like we will not see pit stops here in this heat races today either. Or either, I should say. White flag in the air for Brommer. Does Commons have anything left? And it looks like the answer is no. And coming to the checkered flag for Heat 1, it'll be Ryan Brommer picking up the win. That's his 2nd of the season. And it looks like Sekuli will miss another race in Season 3. With him going home will be Sane Beckett, Bacco Magora, and Slade Jagger. So congratulations are in order for Ryan Brommer, and with that I will see you all for heat number 2. Welcome back to Richmond, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for heat race number 2. On the front row is Matthew Logan, a driver we've talked about a lot this season, as currently the only junior motorsports driver to not win a heat event, nor a main race. Dale Lightning figured it out last week at Martinsville, surviving to his first win of the season. So all that remains is for the 9 team to prove that they can win a race. He's on the front row with Alan Cavanero, who looked like he was going to win his heat back at Martinsville, but he got passed at the end by Johnny Gardner. Row 2, Dale Lightning and Audra Baran-Oscus. Row 3 is the aforementioned Johnny Gardner with Colt Hudson. Row 4, Seth Cole and Corey Riggs. And in row 5 is Nico Tringali with Zoe Fernandez. Row 6, Edwin Mendez and Dylan Young. Row 7, Enzo Nareza and Samet Oskin. Row 8 is James Ellison with R.J. Bishop. Row 9, Cole Baker and Daniel Voiles. Row 10 is Alexander Rowe with Lucas Catano. Row 11 is Benny Watson and Jackson King. And row 12 is Wyatt Anderson with Chris Wheeler. So another 20 laps of action. The tires have not been wearing in the heat races, but they'll sure to fix that for the main event.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
As the drivers are away, everyone's rolling. We're going to head to our trusty spectator camera here. Sunny day here in Richmond. Let's hope it stays that way for the main event. They're doubling up on the days here. Heat races and main events on the same day. The green flag waves for Heat 2. And you can see everything from this camera. Cavanero managing to get down in front of Dale Lightning as Logan leads the field. And Lightning was looking to make a pass on Cavanero, but Gardner got to his inside first. Gardner's looking to be the first to go 3 in a row. Could he get it done? As, man, they are really going at it. Oh, contact with Seth Cole as he and Tringali are 3 wide with Dale Lightning. 3 wide at Richmond is a fast track to the back of the field as Lorenza is flying towards the front. Nareza, a man of motivation after losing the race last week at Martinsville. Yeah, he got 7th, but he lost a lot of points getting that damage. It could have been a win and a lock in the playoffs. As Lightning continues to bounce around on his way to the back. Nareza gets by Tringali for 4th place. So 2 Toyotas in the top 5. Do any of these drivers have a chance at beating Matthew Logan? And this heat has proven to be the more competitive one. I don't know if it's a more balanced field or what the case is. Only 2 junior motorsports drivers. I'm not sure, but this heat has been the one to watch. We're 5 laps in and Logan continues to lead. As mentioned, the tires not wearing despite the increased fuel and burn up. They have not really worn here in the heat races, but that will be changing for the main event. You will not see 80 laps of drivers not having fall off, as apparently someone got spun on the front stretch. Let's find out who it was. Oh no, R.J. Bishop was spun out. Let's look at the point standings. Bishop sits 11th in the points. He's made every race with 2 top 10 finishes on the season. This could be a huge hit for him on the season. And a problem for Dale Lightning. Mechanical problem for the 5. That's going to hurt him. He just won a race. He's going to go straight back down in the points. Logan continuing to lead the race. Chris Wheeler by himself, 22nd. Perhaps he got held up as well. And Colt Hudson, first man out. He will pass Fernandez and Voiles, who got a great finish last week in the form of a top 10. But he might miss out on Richmond. Fernandez is passing him for 20th. Wyatt Anderson looking to make the field. Alexander Rowe as well, having another decent run for what his equipment is capable of, as he blew up at Martinsville. Took out Anderson with him. They're both in the top 20 right now. How about Benny Watson with that top 10 finish last week? Move towards the front. There's Dale Lightning. He had to come to pit road. I'm not sure if it was scheduled or if there was a problem, but it's going to hurt him a lot in the points if he misses this race. Matthew Logan, though, by himself in command of this lead, pulling away from Cavanero. No one really having enough to catch up to him. As you can see, another 10th gained over second place. So with that said, we'll head back to the battle for 20th as Colt Baker is now holding that position. Anderson falling to 21st. As Wheeler and Bishop are trying to claw their way back towards the back of the field. Time is running out. I don't know if any of them are going to have time. I don't know about Bishop. I don't think he's got time at all. Wheeler might get close, but it's going to take a lot more passing than this single file racing to allow that to happen. They're pretty single file right now. Someone's making a pass up ahead. And that is Catano getting passed by Watson. That's not what he wants to see. .61 continues to fall. He's down to 19th place. Can he get back to the bottom in turn 3? Oh, he drifts up the track. That's going to open the door for Baker. And for Anderson. Ooh, that got really close right there from the looks of things. I thought Baker was about to hook the 24 around. And Anderson's going to shove his nose in there on the 61. And that'll put Anderson in 20th place. Now the question remains, does Catano have any hope of getting back to him? Wheeler's still struggling in 22nd, Bishop 23rd. So it looks like two big names in the points are going to miss out on Richmond. 2 laps remaining. So we'll head back to the front of the field. Matthew Logan taking the white flag, looking to be the final driver from Junior Motorsports to win a heat race. It's taken 9 events, but it looks like Matthew Logan will finally get it done. Can he turn it into a win in the main? Matthew Logan's going to win Heat 2. Now, for the first time since North Wilkesboro, we will have an all-Chevy front row. Missing the race here at Richmond will be Lucas Catano, Chris Wheeler, RJ Bishop, and Dale Lightning. And with that, I will see you for the main event.